The question is, should paid university employees be actively encouraging students to adopt their politics? Bucknell also pays the staff of the Women's Resource Center, which now sponsors bus trips to political rallies like this one in Washington, D.C. But when female students approach the Women's Center to arrange a trip to a rally with a different political perspective, they were turned down. Many schools have similar offices, and their self-proclaimed purpose is to support equality between the sexes. Let's see how they're doing. Excuse me. I was wondering if you could help me. I'm a little lost. Do you know the campus very well?
Yeah.
We're not from around here, actually, and we're not even sure if we're in the right building. Do you know the area pretty well? I'm from New York City. I don't know this campus at all.
We do masculinity studies and women's studies.
We're looking for the Men's Resource Center. Is the Men's Center also in here, or is that somewhere else? We just saw a sign for the Women's Center from the road, so we figured maybe it's like the women's room and the men's room. You know, like the bathrooms are right next door to each other. I'm looking for the Men's Studies Department.
Men's studies?
The Men's Center?
It's not here?
No.
Do you know where it is? Yeah, we can't find it. Is it nearby?
There is no men's center.
We don't have a men's resource center.
There is no such thing as men's studies. Men's locker room.
The men's locker room. They probably wouldn't want me going in there with a camera. I'm looking for the Gender Equity Resource Center.
That's upstairs on the second floor.
Thanks a lot. We're just looking for someone from the Gender Equity Center. I'd like to lodge a complaint. Well, there seems to be, there's a women's studies program, and I found out there's no men's studies program.
You need to go to the Title IX compliance office.
Oh, okay.
That
Do you
all
think
falls under
that's
Title
something
IX.
that they would...
They have to. That's the law, Title IX. You have to.
Really?
That.
So how come nobody's done anything about that in the past?
Why wouldn't? No, I don't do Title IX work.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems odd that there would be a women's studies and no men's studies program, right?
You have to speak to the Title IX compliance officer, but that's an academic compliance issue.
Oh, okay. So that's gender equity's got nothing to do with that?
We're Gender Equity Resource, so I'm the resource telling you where to go.
Oh, that's
Title IX
cool.
compliance in 200 California Hall.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Have a good day, sir. Take care. Title IX. I'd heard that before. It's the law that prevents gender discrimination in higher education. Bucknell University shut down the men's wrestling team because of Title IX. Too much money was being spent on men's sports. But Title IX extends beyond sports. So even though people laughed at the idea of a men's center, not having one may actually be illegal. Today, only 44% of college students are men. So now that men are in the minority, shouldn't they get a resource center too? Well, we tried, unsuccessfully, to file a complaint. And even though our questions didn't get us anywhere, at least we learned the real purpose of these programs.
The Women's Center promotes feminism, where you try to protect women and we try to get them involved in politics,
Get them involved in politics? Oh, good for her to admit it. Finding professors who admit to having a political agenda is much more rare. But in the wake of September 11th, many students have begun to figure it out on their own.
Since September 11th, students have begun to question the faculty.
They've been trying to explain to the students, America brought it on herself, that it's America's fault.
We kind of brought it upon ourselves, basically.
There was never one professor who said September 11th was not a justified action.
Oh, no. Mm-mm.
Rarely ever does a professor say positive things about what America's done.
America is the root of evil in the world.
America is a racist, sexist, homophobic, bigoted country. Has a lot of currency here.
There certainly aren't any, why America is good courses around. There's a lot of why America is bad.
Anytime, anywhere the United States uses force, it is inappropriate. This is a theme that seems to come up a lot in classes that have nothing to do with whether or not the United States uses force. The intent now seems to be to train students that everything the United States and Israel does in the Middle East is wrong.
There is a pervasive anti-Americanism which holds America responsible for all or most of the ills in the world.
You're going to get a lot more support and a lot less flack if you argue that U.S. military or foreign policy actions are wrong. Capitalism is bad. Western civilization is marked primarily by evil and depredation.
Have you ever heard of a professor saying anything positive about the United States?
I'm thinking.
Well, this student had something positive to say about the United States, but his professor did not approve.
I'm a Kuwaiti citizen. I came here 6 months ago. In August 2nd, 1990, Iraq invaded Kuwait. It overtook the entire country within a day. Constantly, there was darkness. We couldn't see sunlight because Iraqi soldiers were burning Kuwaiti oil wells. My 2 uncles were kidnapped and taken to a southern Iraqi prison. They still can't discuss the atrocities and the terrible things that happened to them. And all these terrible things stopped from happening because of the United States of America. After I wrote a pro-American essay upholding the U.S. Constitution, he called me into his office. He told me to explain myself. And he said, because I'm a Kuwaiti citizen, therefore I am biased, that the founding fathers were elitists and that the U.S. Constitution was written for the benefit of the founding fathers only. He threatened me into seeking regular psychological help. I'll go to the Dean of International Admissions, who has the power to take away my visa. He threatened my entire future in this country. Because I love this country, I may get thrown out of this country.
2 days later, Foothill College approved the first of 2 anonymous flyers that attacked Ahmad personally.
There's a flyer distributed all over Foothill College comparing me to Adolf Hitler and a suicide bomber. There's a stamp on it. The Foothill College Student Activities Office, Foothill College, approved that message.
Well, that just doesn't seem right. If Steve Hinkle was almost arrested for posting his flyer, how could this one get an official stamp of approval? I was wondering if we might be able to speak with someone about how flyers get approved for posting on campus.
Flyers get approved?
Yeah.
That's Bill, I guess?
That's student affairs?
Rita.
I've been wanting to do this, but
6201.
6201?
That brick building.
Okay.
Right there.
Thanks a
The
lot.
first door to the left.
Hello. I'm looking for someone named Bill. Hi, Bill. My name's Evan Maloney.
Hi.
I was wondering if you had a moment to chat about how flyers get posted on campus, how they get approved, and whether you have any record of who submits them.
I'll talk to you, but you have to turn that off.
Do you think that anyone...
Say no until that goes off.
Do you think that anyone would be willing to speak on camera? Even when we weren't filming, Bill was no help at all. But luckily for us, the head of the office stopped in. Your office approved this flyer.
No comment.
Is this not a state-run school?
No comment.
Taxpayers of California pay for your office to approve a